Okay guys, let's go back to our class. I hope you hear me well. Right now we start our second part of the today's meeting. We called it Afterparty. So right now we can discuss everything, we can talk about everything. I can share you this is time for talking, for answering, something like this. Okay guys, let's go back to our class. I will turn off the sound here and I will record the chat, and that's why I would like to record the chat, and that's why I show you my screen again. Of course you see it, but that's most interesting. Do you recommend to rather use default color picker instead of improved color picker? No, I'm not recommend any of them. Both of them. This is, if you, for example, just imagine you are a painter and you paint some, I don't know, ocean, for example. And right now you ask me which would stick better for your pencil. And I answer you, this is not important for you. The most important thing, do you feel in the image you should build in the end or not? Of course, with some types of wood it can be a little bit more comfortable, but this is not about your final result. This is about your comfort of the work. So if you like to work with the improved color picker, let's do it. Default, I'm always use default and no any problem. Probably a few, maybe 2 years ago, I make nice, interesting thing. I install 3D Max 9008, as I remember. No, 9011, maybe 90. Well, something like 10 years old 3D Max, something like this. And I set up V-Ray 1.5. I almost sure you don't hear about this. And fast, little bit with a smile, but I build nice image. Of course, longer render, much longer than now, but the like tool, that is absolutely workable. But unfortunately, 10 years ago I wasn't so skillful artist, like today. But I use 10 years old stuff, 10 years old software, and I still build a nice image. This is great. Can you tell us the noise limit we would render final renders with? This is not important for me, absolutely. For a final image, I always use time like limit, not render noise, just time. For example, I have, for example, 24 hours for render. One whole day with the night, 24 hours. I should render, for example, 5 image. So I divide 25 to 24 to the 5. Yeah, let's work it together. Let's do it together. I take 24 hours. I divide it 5 in a 5. 4 and 8, almost 5 hours per image. I will make 4 and a half, because uh, I need some start, computer needs some time for start render, for save render, save all channels. If I will use channels, probably not, but Corona, for example, saved channels every time. That's why you should have this time for saving. And I will go somewhere, and I don't know which noise limit I will receive in the end. I understand for one picture like I don't know, 5 per bigger size, bigger side. I should have something like not less than hour for sure, but not more than probably 5 hours. That's enough for every image. Yeah, and the noiser do great things. Probably, yeah. This is great. If Storm looks better, looks more convincing for me. It depends. Of course, it depends. Probably that's why I would like to ask you and propose you try to do your scene with the different render systems. Try to build it. You will feel the difference, but not with not with the result. Difference with the process. You will feel different emotion from the process. That is like, excuse me, guys, but I would like to be, I would like to be 100% open to you. This is like sex with a different people, not in the same moment, but as for me, with this girl nice, with this girl nice too, but I can't choose which the better. I understand, here I have enjoy and here I haven't joy, and I hope you understand me. Yeah, this is not like championship between girls. This is my own decision which girl I prefer more. But this does not mean this girl better than this. I hope you understand me. Yeah? It's better to high resolution with a high noise. It is better to high resolution with a high noise limit, or low resolution with a lowest noise limit. High resolution always better. Can we use because this is, every pixel, this is information. Of course you can denoise any stage of the image. For example, probably, really, if you will render 10,000 pixels with denoiser, you never will see this denoiser, because you will watch these pictures always on with smartphone, and your pixel will be so small. Inside your pixel on smartphone, you will see something like 50 pixels of real render. This is a lot of. So of course better resolution is much better for final result with denoiser for sure too. Can we use different HDRI for visibility and lighting? Yes, of course. But for interiors, we don't need use HDRI maps for background, for visible background. We need use just flat images. Just because we have not so much HDRI maps, so we can find flat images. With the flat images we can find everything on with this HDRI map we can find just maybe a few thousands of HDRI maps at all in whole internet right now. But flat images we can find milliards, billions and billions. So there are much more variations of backgrounds with the flat images. Why do not use sun in this scene? We don't need it. Probably, first of all, we should learn how to work with the HDRI without anything else. Next, next cases will be a little bit more difficult with limits, with special boxes we called limits, with the sun, of course, with some additional light, with additional light, I mean additional lights like fake lights, with additional lights inside the interior. But probably the most I hate the phrase difficult materials. You know, you can find a lot of lessons on YouTube or somewhere else with the name difficult materials, difficult lights. This word difficult doesn't explain anything. That's explain you just you don't know this before, you doesn't know this before, but I will show you how to do something. I propose little bit a different sense with the simple light. You know, this is like your clothes. Of course, you can wear with some very difficult clothes, but when you wear easier, that is easier to other people understand who you are, because when you closed too difficult, a lot of clothes, a lot of colors, a lot of patterns on you, nobody see you from this behind this person, you know. This is difficult to explain, but that's why I always invite, because like I'm this is my point of view. I always like a clean paper. You can talk with me, not with my clothes, no, not with, and with the lighting the same. If you will use easy light, you will have possibility highlight your idea, your architectural idea, your interior idea, design idea, never mind. But of course, you should have this idea. The same with the lighting. You should try to use to work not long time, not work long time with the lighting, with the technical lighting. You should work long time with the idea of your image. This is about composition. This is about story inside your image. For example, that's why you should always looking for reference, because reference always help you to unhide some idea, uncover it. So first of all, you should think not about denoiser, not about size of render, not about how much hours you should spend on the for final render. This is shit, probably, really, this is shit. If your render will be noisy or not so, I don't know, not fine. For example, on this image, somebody asked me before, did I need to add the bump on the background trees? How you find this question? Of course not. Of course, you don't need to think about it. You should think about how to show this feeling. And if you will, if you show this idea of the image, uh, and that what you show will be nice, people will like your image, people will watch it, and uh, they will like watch again and again to your image. And that's most important thing, because you are doing this image not for only one client. This is you are doing for example, somebody would like to rent apartment or buy apartment. Yeah, of course, this is a huge decision to buy apartment. For example, this is a lot of $1,000, a lot of, yeah. And when, if he will look to for example, today some person find this image, he liked this image. Next day he showed this image to friend, he watched this image, looked this image again, and he again liked this image. So your main uh, professional goal to make such kind of image, uh, this person should open this image 1 million times, and every next time she should like this image. Because if he tired on third time when he see this image, he will change his mind and he will not buy this apartment, or change ask to change design to designer, and you will rebuild this render. That's why you should work with the image design, not interior design. Of course, designer should work with design of interior, but you should work with design of the image. I'm talking about color correction, color composition, composition of the frame, color composition, and light and shadow composition. That the main three tools you should work well. For example, I built I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe more, I don't remember, this image that was pretty long time ago. I will show you right now, because all other images was made in later. Where is this image? I made it with the F-Storm. Here is 21, but this is not true. I copied this image to this folder maybe in 22, 2021, 2020. This is not true. This is something like 5 or 6 years ago project. I still like to watch on this image. I like it. That means this image comfortable designed. Nice proportions, nice colors, comfortable colors. This is important thing, and interesting to be inside this image. Of course, the idea of this image interesting too, and you should try to build this, try to do these kind of images. For example, this image, the same idea. In a 5 years, I will watch this image and I will like it for sure, because this image comfortable to watch. That's why I always ask you, please work with the references, only with the reference, with the photo references, not with the renders, not with the matte painting. This is most important thing. Thank you, man. Thank you. Nice class. Yes, that will be nice. 5 weeks. I'm sure about it. Hi, here anyone who already started, some freelancer or not. I'm absolutely sure here a lot of people who already work. Any settings to do faster render for the stage in order to optimize this part? How to optimize this part? We receive the renders in a 20 seconds. Why you need faster? No, no any render settings to do faster. If your computer is so slow that you receive this stage of image longer than 1 minute, for example, you should buy a faster computer, because of course this is an important part of our work. We should have fast computers for sure. Of course, I have a fast computer, very fast, but I do translation right now, I do a render right now, and I record this class right now, and everything take part of my processor power. Yeah, and that's why I use just half of my power for render. Will you continue with the same scene in next class, or move on another scene? Every class I will do another scene, and of course every time I will do faster and faster and faster and faster and deeper to some another special topic. For example, next time we will work with only with Corona from the beginning, from the first minute we will start render. Of course, I will not speak so much in the beginning of next workshop, and we will start with the light. We will continue. We will finish it in 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, but this is too much. And all additional time we will work with the shaders, but we will work with the main shaders. Every time I will work not with every shaders on scene. We will work with the main shader. For example, if I will take this scene, but I will not. This will be another scene. But if it will this scene, this will be most biggest shaders. For example, the wall, wood, maybe this wood, maybe fabric on the sofa. That's all. I will not build all shaders, because some shaders should be on your side, but every time it will be different shaders, of course. Okay, is there any good source for downloading backgrounds or other than HDRI? Textures come, and I forget the name of this place. Shutterstock. Here is the better place for background and a lot of everything else. Just put here, for example, snow, birch, sun, and you can find 1 million backgrounds you can use in your scene. Of course, you should buy them, but of course you can try to use free version, or sometimes you can find some of these images from Google, for example. But be careful with this. Of course, you should understand everything you use like commercial should be you should buy. Which characteristics should be with the computer for a storm a part of NVIDIA video cards? For example, you can start with a 1070, but this is the the place, the card when you can start with, yeah, which you can start with. The faster you can find your video card, the better. For example, graphic card. Um, of course, I can say better if you will work with 3060. So 3060, this is a good for a start. For example, right now, for our studio, we buy or 3060 or 3090. 3090 because of RAM. On 3060 you have 90 gigabytes. 12, excuse me, 12 gigabytes. 3090 you will have 24 gigabytes. For example, 9070 you will have 6 gigabytes, as I remember, or no, 8, but probably 8. This is much less than 20 because some part of this place used your Windows or other software, something like 2, 3, sometimes 4 gigabytes. So this is something like half of this place, and you should have additional place for your scene, your render. So better. If you will have not enough memory, your render could not start. Your render will say you, excuse me, not enough place, I can start. Of course, you can optimize. For example, this scene I render with 970 video card. NVIDIA 9070. That was 4 gigabyte. This is, but that was difficult. I optimize everything in this scene. Probably I don't know. I delete all additional trees. I add the models for each frame. That was pretty difficult to work with. I delete, for example, this rock here. This is displacement, and here I have just 10 polygons for whole this rock wall. That was pretty difficult to work with, really. Better, most important thing, this is RAM, your RAM on graphic card. When we are working on project like this internal scene that we are going to do in the course, we have a clear reference for everything: light, shadow, colors, decoration, ADC. Yes, but sometimes when we work with the client, he has certain materials he wants to use and certain type of light. My question is, whatever we should look for light reference that may or not have. Look, every time you start work with interior or architecture, never mind, you should find reference that should combines these materials from your designer. And most important thing, this reference should show you which mood your designer would like to receive in the end. Because, for example, if for example your client say you said you, I would like concrete, I would like wood, I would like these tiles and this furniture. And I would like add a lot of sun from the windows. And you go into Pinterest and trying to find reference. And all reference you find with these types of material with the blue-red light, without strong shadows from the sun, only with the ambient light, like here, blue-red light, ambient light. Yeah. And you will say to your client, to your designer, look guy, I found a lot of images, but here all of them with the all nice of them with the blue-red light, with the ambient light. Let's work with this type of lighting. And you can show him lighting with the sun, and you will explain, if we will use the sun, we will receive this example, this mood. We don't like it. This is not so good like here, for example. But maybe not. Maybe your client will say you in a back way. He will say to you, I would like to use, for example, this ambient light. But you will find the greatest idea to use sun with the trees, for example, and you will receive bright pieces of the light on the floor, and you will improve it in your real work, and you will show to your client why you decide to do this. Reference, this is not the thing you this is not limit for you, absolutely not. Reference, this is a map, this is answer to all your questions. For example, how to combine these materials. Sometimes reference can tell you the concrete should be a little bit darker, and you will tell to your designer, for example, bro, your design is great, but if we will do concrete little bit darker than you send me, it will be better. And he will say, yeah, you are right. And he will love you because you solve part of his problems. Everybody love this. And but if you will do exactly like he tell you, but image will be not good, you will rebuild it. And as we know, most of designers doesn't want pay for this. Yeah, so you should do it from first time. Yeah, this is important. I hope I answered to your question. All the materials are going to have to use, or if we already have to find a reference that has information on light, shadows, colors, that we are going to have that to use. Sounds like you understand me right here. In the future, take space clothed with no daylight, only with artificial light, called the space is so hard to achieve depths in image. Yes, of course I will, and I will try to take a few examples of this type of lighting. Look, first week we always work with ambient light without sun. Second week we will use lighting with the sun, and third week we use some difficulties, something like bathroom, something like sunset, something like this. Little bit more difficult, little bit more special situation. and usually we work like step by step with the Corona, V-Ray, F-Storm, Corona, V-Ray, F-Storm, Corona, V-Ray, F-Storm. Excuse me, too dry in my mouth. Which camera we should use, physical or V-Ray one? Any recommended settings? Look, your reference is answer to your question. Most of situations for look, I can answer you probably. I can give you any answer. For example, you can use 50 millimeters camera for taking picture from interior. Is it true? Yes, of course. This is true. This is only one way to. This is the best way to set your camera. No, you can set your camera with a 15 millimeters, and it can looks good in a different situation, of course, too. The answer is it depends of situation. Sometimes you should use 15 millimeters camera, sometimes 15. It not means you can use only these two sizes of your optic. Yeah, of course, everything between this and more than 50, less than 15, probably no, because this is very wide angle. But probably usual situation, this is 20 millimeters, 25, something like this. One more idea. Try do not use look, always try to find reference. Really, this is not because I don't want answer to your questions. This is because here we have so much different answers with so much different situations. For example, in a bathroom, you have no possibility to use in small bathroom use for example 50 millimeters camera. Yeah, you always will use wide angle, and of course you will it will reference will help you to understand where exactly you should put the camera, what exactly you need to show with this camera, what exactly how you should build composition, where will your main light, for example, because every time this guy before I don't know how right I can read your name, excuse me, but you ask about difficult situation about bathroom probably this is much more easier, really much more easier, and render much faster. Not only bathroom, some underground, something like bar underground, this is much faster than we doing render today, daylight render, really. But when you start thinking about light and shadow composition, not about how to light everything around us, when you start think how to make the nice proportions between light and shadow, and when you find and try to think about 10, 20, 50 references exactly about your type of interior, for example, and you will find not just 15 different images. 15 reference for your situation with your type of tiling, for example, on the walls, for example, light or dark, with your type of furniture, with your type of I don't know, everything else. You will understand. I like this type of lighting. Light should goes from for example from the mirror. Light should be behind the mirror. Or every time I like the images with the green wall. Or every time I like image with the lighting from the ground. And you will understand, okay, in my situation I should use this type of light. That's why I always answer all most of you answer to all your questions are inside your reference. You should start to work with reference. You should start looking for reference every time, working with a reference. I can tell you that 20% of your work, professional work, not behind the process of working with the scene. 20% of your professional work with every project should be work with the reference. I mean, 20% this is finding reference and improving reference with the client, showing to client, discussing to client, and then you will work with your scene. This is very important because when nobody understands the final result, I receive a lot of questions about speed of work. So every time speed of work that everybody understand inside this question, this is how to make render faster or work faster. What do you think? If you will agree with your client from the beginning which result you would like to receive in the end, it will help to finish this project faster or not? Of course, yes. You should finish this project in a 1 day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days, but this is maximum 3 days. For example, we are doing exactly like this. And that's and only one reason for this. We are agreed with our client which result we will receive in the end. Client know this and agreed this final result. That's why you should work with the final with the reference. That is because this is make your work faster. When I understand you, when you hear you should spend 20% of your time with the reference, of course, if you work with your project during 1 month, this is what does it mean? I should spend 1 week for a finding reference? No, that's mean you should work not 1 month. You should work 2 days and 20%, something like first 2 hours of this process you should spend of your reference. Of course, this is when you already have possibility know how to work with the reference. First times you will have you will need spend maybe whole day to find nice reference, maybe more, of course. Which camera we should use? Excuse me, I don't answer to your question. With every render system, you should use his own camera. Its own camera. Any good reading you refer for composition of architecture? I'm not sure I understand you. rebuild your question again, because I'm not sure I understand you. I understand all these words, but I'm not sure I understand the sense you are included here. Great start. Thank you. I have RTX 3060, so I think enough for a storm. Yeah, for start, for sure, yeah. If you will like to work with DevStorm, you will find DevStorm forum, and you will compare different graphic cards, and you will decide maybe you will need to buy something more powerful, but not now. Start with I always say try. I always told the same. You should start with the computer you already have. 3050 can be considered as a good PC for renders. 16 GB. I know nothing about this graphic card. I see 8 GB. Of course it works. Of course you can try. If you will have not enough memory, Storm will tell you. You used HDRI only sun and sky in that. You used HDRI or only sun and sky in that image of building you have shown using. I understand all your words, but I don't understand sense of your question. No, I understand. With this render I show you before, this one. Here is just sun, no any HDRI. Background I make with difficult to explain. I convert HDRI to JPEG because I have not enough memory for huge HDRI map. I convert it with the Photoshop, and I take the place where I have no any clouds, because clouds was absolutely blurred here, and I put it like visible background, but shadows lighted only with the little bit of color. Yeah. I just add I was render it with the storm, and I add here not a black color, there was something like this color, sun, visible background, and this type of color. I will tell you this type of light, and this is the type of lighting we will start with. What the best resolution for material we should use in scene like this? So big as you can find. Resolution of textures, this is very important, of course. Not less than 2000s for sure, not less. Never use textures less than 2000s. 3, 4, 5, it's good. More than 5, little bit, I think, can be too much for most of situation, but not less than 2. But of course this is depends of where you put this texture. For example, for the first plan, and if this first plan close to you and not blurred, maybe it should be bigger. But for usual textures, for example here, for this scene, I think all texture can be like 3000, and for a final render like 3, 4, 5000 per longer side, it will be enough. If it's possible, in class we can take an example of render that based on a plan and elevation but with a different reference. If it's possible in class, we can take an example of render based on a plan. No, we never use a plan. And elevation, but with a different reference, not exact. No, unfortunately, this is longer work. I understand you talking about, but if we will work with this, it will be whole whole course with this type of work. Exactly, we work in this type on the beginner course. If you would like, you can join us to beginner course, and there we work exactly from the drawings. But and everybody build the same image. But as we work here, you should be flexible about ideas of work. You should try to understand us. Any good book for composition? Unfortunately, and almost any information in the world about composition. I will try. I know one nice video with the Russian language, and I know I will try to find something. Okay, I will try to find. I know the book called yeah, I know this book. Yeah, I think the person just read this book. Yeah, Color and Light, James Garney. You can try this book. You can try to find it. Color and Light, James Garney. I can try to Google it. Yeah, it should look like here, but I have it in Russian with the Russian language. This is my table book for now. I read it and read it and read it and reread it 1 million times. How to make acoustic in Corona? That's very easy. Corona, it's very easy to work with acoustic. For example, 2500. Normal box. Yeah, water should be bigger than pool. I should check. Corona, yeah. Corona. I will use legacy, but new material the same. We will check it right now. Is it the same or not? Yeah. Just turn on acoustic, black color. Oh, excuse me, not this, because this one, caustic, reflection, reflection not 100. Yeah, I already turned on this checkbox, and here on performance I should do another caustic checkbox here. That's all. Later I need to add here some bump, because flat water will not add any caustic. General noise, I will try to fix it somehow a little bit later. I need to add here some light source, something like Corona, for example sun. Corona works very good with caustic, so I would like to do this. I would like to make intensity lower. As you can see, we already have reflected caustic and refracted caustic. This is different types of caustic. Reflected caustic, that's caustic of reflection and somewhere outside. So the light comes from the sun and reflected from the water and goes here, and some part of the light goes underwater and reflects somewhere underwater. Of course, you should make it smaller. For example, this noise, I would like to make it smaller, something like 150. Yeah. And that's everything starts. And of course, you can add here turbulence, and you can add higher levels. That's how you will receive more not so simple caustic. Yeah, it will look a little bit more difficult, maybe bigger. More powerful, but of course you should play with the settings of this, but it works in this way. Yeah, here looks a little bit more interesting, as for me. Maybe Alex Roman 3rd and 7th, it's good reference for architecture as well. Oh, of course, that is not good reference. This is good inspiration, but reference, that is some answer to some question. Alex Roman 3rd and 7th, great. I'm sure absolutely greatest ever made architectural visualization, animation. He's absolutely great, of course, but this is not a great reference. This is good inspiration. This is not the same. I mean, how to show crystals in crystal. Better if you send me some example, what exactly you would like to show. For example, here to this chat, you can find the best example of your question and send it to here and ask how the the same result. And I will show you, because with the words that is difficult to understand each other, how to explain by words what exactly we would like to receive in the image. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's enough for today. Let's stop our Afterparty. Thank you all. Today we start, and I hope you understand my point, and I hope I inspire you a little bit. We have 5 weeks for work. That sounds like we have a lot of time, but not. Please be careful with your time, and start works from now, from today, from immediately, so fast as you can start work. And if you would like to receive 100% result from this course. So thank you, guys. Tomorrow I will start comment your work, and I will see you. We will meet together next. It will be Wednesday. Yeah. Thank you guys, and see you Wednesday. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.